everybody! If you're new to this channel, I'm Gianna, this is our mom, and this is Liv. And today we've hit like 53, is it, subscribers? Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. But more than, or 50 or more, so that means that we do the Never Have I Ever. So we are all ready, and we have our I have and I have not. So is everyone here ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's shuffle up our, oh wow.
Ooh. So we have lots of questions. We're not sure how many we're going to get through. We're going to see how long they take us to answer. Not sure what all questions are in there. But
If it's a no, then we'll move on, but if it's a yes, then we'll give it a brief description.
We'll tell you a little story behind it.
Mom, would you like to start, or Liv, do you want to start?
Do you want to go first, Liv?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mom can't leave you.
That's okay. We can read for you. All right. So the question is, never have I ever tried to cut my own hair.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I have, Mom,
I have.
and Liv has not, but she has yet to do it.
Okay, so I don't remember trying to cut my hair as a little girl, but my mother might tell a different story, but I don't remember that. But as a teenager, I never went to the hairdresser, or I didn't go to the stylist frequently as I wanted to. So I would always cut my bangs because they would go into my eyes. And so yeah, that was my attempt at cutting my own hair. It wasn't too much of a disaster, but it probably shouldn't have been done. Tiana?
I'm pretty sure that this has happened. Oh, well, I know that I've cut my hair when I was little. I was at my nan's house, and there's this purple room, and it's where we spend the night there and where we play. But we always called it the pink room for some reason. Anyway, if you hear me say pink room, that's what I mean. So I took the scissors and I went into the comfy chair in the pink room, and I grabbed a doll and I cut its hair. Then I grabbed my bangs, but they weren't really bangs, they were longer, and then I tried to cut them. That's what happened in my hair. I was being my own hairdresser.
Mm-hmm. And how did it work for you?
Well, it wasn't very noticeable, but I know I have.
Yeah.
And that's how.
All right, and Liv, don't ever cut your own hair.
Next question. Okay. Never have I ever broken something of a friend's and not told them.
Oh.
Guilty as charged. 3, 2, 1. Well,
I don't recall ever having done that.
Well, I don't know. I kind of have. It's not really a friend, but it was my cousin Brooklyn. When I was in the Shopkins phase, she had this one Shopkins shop, and I thought that I broke something because something came off of it, and then I didn't tell her, and then she found out that it just broke, and then she said that it happened all the time. So it was iffy. It was an iffy question.
So it wasn't really a big break.
Yeah.
And Liv, you've never broken anything of a friend's and not told them? No.
Next question? You want to pick it? I'll read it. Sent a text to the wrong person. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Mom?
I have done that. I do it frequently.
I have. Liv? You have, or you have not? Okay.
Do you have a story behind it?
Yes, no, not really. Actually, no, I don't.
Well, I don't have a big story behind it, but something kind of funny actually happened today. I was messaging a friend.
Oh, yeah.
You remember? And
Yes, I
for
do.
some reason, every time I turn my phone a certain way, it automatically starts voice recording. And between last night and today, I sent her 3 voice recordings accidentally, and not even realizing it. So she was hearing, yesterday she heard our Subway conversation when we were trying to decide what Subway sandwiches we wanted. And today she heard our laundry conversation and Tiana's present conversation. So that's not really a text, but kind of. And the funny thing is that same friend always sends me texts accidentally that she needs to send to somebody else, and I end up getting them. So that's kind of funny.
Next
Next question. Oh, I got 2. Never have I ever been addicted to a video game.
And I remember this one was actually from one of our commenters, so thank you very much.
All right, 3,
Okay, 3,
2,
1.
1. Olivia, you don't have too much to reveal, do you? Tiana?
There was another question on it, and it said if you have, what are they? So, yes, I have. I'm addicted now to this game called Roblox. I would play it every time I can. I'm also addicted to The Sims 4, and there's a new game pack for that coming out, so I'm super excited for that. Anyway, and I'm kind of addicted to Minecraft, so yes, I am.
You enjoy playing games.
Yes, I do enjoy playing games.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm a gaming girl.
And I had been addicted one time. Tiana decided to get me to play a game that she had downloaded, Heyday, called Heyday. And so I got really into it. And then I even downloaded it on my phone. And it got to the point where I had to get rid of the game because I just was spending way too much time playing it, and it's all I really wanted to do. So the only way I could stop myself from playing it is to get rid of it. So I'm happy that I got rid of it because it took up a lot of my time.
And space.
And space on my phone. Exactly.
One thing to add on to her story, it wasn't my Heyday idea. Brooklyn started it up from an ad, our cousin. She showed me the game, and then I got addicted to it. Then my mom didn't want to download it on her phone, so then she helped me. Then she's like, yeah, and she downloaded it on her phone, and that's how we all got addicted to Heyday.
And now I don't think anybody has Heyday anymore, do they?
Nope. Nope. Brooklyn has it on one of her long lost iPods. Next question. Okay, so never have I ever watched a movie twice without realizing it. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Mom, you're the...
Oh, Liv. Have you watched a movie 2 times and didn't even know you were watching it the second time? Yep, probably. Kind of like Ice Age. I think you watched that a second time without realizing you watched it the first.
Yeah.
And I'm really bad for movie titles. So if someone says, hey, have you seen this movie or do you want to watch this movie? It's a really great movie. I will usually say, yeah, sure, that sounds good. And then 15, 20, 30 minutes later, I realize, oh, I saw this movie before. And that actually happened last night. I sat down to watch a movie, and a little ways in, I was like, oh, I remember this movie. So I'm not very good with movie titles. It's called The Scent of a Woman. Yeah, and I didn't realize I'd seen it before until I started watching it the second time.
And I haven't.
And you have it.
Liv? That did not just happen. Ever laughed so hard I peed my pants. 3, 2, 1. Mom, do you want to go first?
I don't really really think I have a story here. I just know that I've laughed several times at really funny things, and I'm sure that at some point in my life I have peed myself from laughing. I'm sure of it.
I don't really have a story either. I know I have, and yeah, I was just with one of my friends, and it wasn't even over a joke. It was over something just random, and yeah, I just laughed really, really hard.
And Liv, do you have?
Brooklyn.
I knew you were gonna say that. Brooklyn, she is in all of our stories, isn't she? So what happened when you were with Brooklyn? I think it was at Nanny's in the pink room.
Yeah.
And can you tell everybody what happened?
Hmm?
Can you tell everybody what happened? Do you remember what you were laughing about? You and Brooklyn laugh a lot together. And then you laughed so hard
Mm-hmm.
that you didn't make it to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And you peed yourself. All right, next question.
So that one was like one of the embarrassing ones, because not most people, but I don't know, most people, just some people like to watch these to know embarrassing things. So.
All right, here's the next one. Never have I ever been thrown up on. 3, 2, 1.
Well, I have. When I was 6, I'm pretty sure it was, because Liv was a baby. When I was 6, I was holding her, and I was in my PJs, and she threw up on my favorite PJs, and I don't remember seeing them since.
Oh, I'm sure that they got cleaned.
I hope.
When you're a mom, it's not very often that you don't say that you've been thrown up on. So I've been thrown up on by both Olivia and Tiana. When Olivia was a little baby, she used to not just spit up, but she used to projectile everywhere. So her vomits were pretty gross, and they went everywhere. And one time when Tiana was little, she had had some red juice or something that was red, and then she threw up, and it went all over her. It went all over a little pull toy that she had, and the string turned pink, and she got it all over me as well.
That's why it looks like barf. I never knew why.
Well, it got cleaned, but it stained it.
Now I know why.
Now you know why. All right, next question.
Whatever one falls out first. There we go. Never have I ever traveled by plane.
Oh,
Oh, well. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Liv, do you want to explain this one? You don't get to do
where
much.
have you gone on the plane before?
Florida?
Yeah, to Florida. And when did you go to Florida? Do you remember? Was it when? Yeah, that's right, this year. So Liv's been on a plane to Florida just one time.
I've been on a plane, I think it's 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
3 times to Florida and once to Ontario when I was like 3 or 4. And then 3 times to Florida. And Mom? Probably have a bunch.
I have a few, yeah, but I have traveled on the plane
Too many.
a few times. Yeah.
You're not even looking at them. You just choose the biggest one or the smallest one. And the smallest. Okay. Never have I ever returned someone. Oh. Never have I ever ruined, not returned, ruined someone's vacation. 3, 2, 1. I don't recall doing that.
Me either. And I think that's probably a good thing if
Yeah.
you don't ruin someone's vacation,
Yeah.
right?
Quick and easy.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Never have I ever called a teacher mom or dad by accident.
3, 2, 1. You haven't?
I don't know. I say I have not because I don't remember it. I know that as a teacher, I've been called mom before, but I don't ever remember calling my teacher mom, but I probably did. It's been a little while since I've been in school. Tiana?
I have a lot in grade primary, in grade 1. I remember that for sure. And maybe once I did it to a substitute teacher, and I was so embarrassed.
Was that Miss Keeney?
I don't know.
Not sure. And Liv, do you ever remember calling any of your teachers mom? No? All right, is it your turn?
Okay.
Oh!
Okay. Never have I ever needed stitches. 3, 2, 1, go up. I'm the only one who didn't need stitches.
Do you want to tell your story, Liv?
Okay. I didn't really need stitches because she was too little.
They decided that because the bleeding had stopped before we went to the hospital, that they could glue her cut instead of using stitches, but they thought she was going to need stitches at first. So what happened, Liv? Can you tell everybody what happened?
Well, me and Mom were going to play a game on her bed, and I was leaning backwards because I thought it was Tiana or my bed because I was just like close up to the wall. Then I fell backwards because the wall wasn't too close to catch me, and then I fell backwards.
And what happened?
A heater.
Yeah, so we have baseboard radiators on the floor, and when Liv fell off of our bed, which is quite high, she ended up hitting the corner of the radiator.
But there was no blood on it.
On the back of her head.
That's what we were trying to figure out.
Yeah, there wasn't any blood on the radiator, but there was a lot of blood afterwards, and we got a little bit nervous because it was a pretty big gouge, and it was bleeding, so we did call, and an ambulance did come, and they checked her over, gave her a little bear, and guess what she named the bear? If you think that you can guess what Olivia named her bear, put it in the comments down below.
And we'll tell you next video. No, we'll tell you at the end of the video.
Or we can keep it secret.
No. Next video.
No?
No, because what about if they don't see the next video?
Oh, well, they will if they want to know what you named your bear.
But what about if they don't know which one is our next video?
Oh, they'll know because we'll give them notification because they're going to...
Hit the notification bell and subscribe. That's what you have to do right now.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we just move on?
Okay, how about we just move on?
Yeah, my turn.
Do you want me to tell them about my stitches?
Yes.
Yeah. When I was 5 years old, I was...
They're the same.
Yeah, I know, I was same as you. I was burning up and down my
No,
parents'
I was
driveway.
No, I was 4.
You just had your 5th birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a couple days after. Anyway, when I was 5 years old, I was going up and down my mom and dad's driveway, well, my driveway, on my bike, tearing her up, hit a rock, fell on my head, cracked my head open, and I needed to get 5 stitches. And then, as an adult, I got my appendix out and needed stitches there, but I don't know if that really counts or not. I guess kind of. Still stitches.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Go, Liv, go. Go.
Never have I ever been in an accident.
Ooh.
Like what type of accident?
Well,
it doesn't matter, this is an accident.
Just an accident. Doesn't say. 3, 2, 1.
I don't think I have. I don't think I have. How about I have?
I don't think you have to.
I have?
Well, I can think of a little accident that you were in a couple weeks ago at Great Grammy and Great Heels.
Yes. Oh, yes, I have.
Okay, now we have lots of stories. Okay, Liv, do you want to go first and tell everybody what kind of accident you were in?
I was in a golf cart.
And you were driving the golf cart.
Oh, yes.
Without a golf cart license.
Wait. But you know that mermaid video? If watched it. Go and check it out. Because it's half of that.
Right, so the mermaid video, searching for a mermaid, we were also in the golf carts. Same place, different time, new accident.
I ran into the bunny cage.
Yes, she drove right into the bunny cage. She didn't know how
That
to
was
stop.
newly built.
It had just been built a couple days before, and then we had to drive the golf cart to Uncle Ross and tell him what we did. It was not fun, was it?
But it was fine.
It was fine. We tried to help him fix it, but it wasn't quite as flat as it was before the crash.
I just don't.
What was your accident, Tiana?
Well, mine was Clisters. I was driving the golf cart around, ruined, carried it up like Mom was on her bike, and I crashed into a tree. Or I almost did.
Not quite.
Yeah, I was like an inch away.
Mm-hmm. You also had an accident with my car door.
That was not to speak about because I smashed into someone else's car door.
That was an expensive trip that day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to Dollarama.
Yeah, to the dollar store. We spent
Okay.
$5 at the dollar store.
We don't
and
need to talk about the dollars. $2,000.
well, it was about $1,000 on a dent in someone's car.
Okay, we don't need to talk about
You want
this.
to talk about that?
Are you guys talking the metal accident when you got? Okay, we don't need to talk about it. Mom, just say yours. Okay.
Oh, no. I'll tell them another. Do you want me to tell them my accident?
Yes.
My accident was, I was on my way to the doctor's office one day, and I was maybe 22, and I was driving along, and I was listening to the song, Grandma Got Run Over by Reindeer, and I was singing it.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I was driving along, and all of a sudden, the truck in front of me put on his brakes, and the back of his truck was really dusty, and I was giving her singing, not really paying attention like I should have been, and I didn't notice his lights as easily as I probably should have, or maybe could have, and I went,
So you had to pay for that too.
I did have to pay for that. Yeah,
Okay.
that was definitely my fault. That
Last
was my fault.
question.
Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Never have I ever been to the principal's office.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You have?
Yeah. Well, not for a bad reason. I went because I
Oh.
was hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, my friend. I have a story for that, kind of.
Okay.
I have lots of stories for that, but this one was funny and I've always remembered it. My friend injured herself and she could still walk, so she got up and I went running to get a teacher, and I fell and tripped over the pavement and scraped my knee, and then I had to go to the office because I was hurt.
So you were trying to help a hurt friend
Yeah.
and ended up hurting yourself.
I have a curse, and this is a curse that I will have forever. No, I don't know if I'll have it forever. I just call it curse because whenever I wear, like, you might call them tights, nylons. What else could you?
Pantyhose?
Yeah,
Are those the ones you mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I wear those, I fall and trip and rip them. That's why I don't wear them anymore. I wear pants under dresses now.
Are there any more questions?
No,
more
no.
questions? Wow, we got through them all. Awesome.
Okay.
Maybe we'll play this game again sometime.
Yeah. It's the end of our video now, so we're really sad. I do. This you do. Do not want to end the video. But it has to go. That means that next Tuesday, the sooner that it gets over, the sooner next Tuesday comes for you all to see our next video. But till then, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and share. Because once we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to do a slime